And welcome to another show. You know, millions of Americans with high-deductible insurance plans, they're facing high out-of-pocket costs because their plans reset at the beginning of the year. Individuals on these plans are sometimes forced to make tough decisions when it comes to their health. Well, there's some hope. There's one company committed to helping those who face the higher out-of-pocket costs afford their Lilly insulin. Andy Vicari is my guest. He's the Senior Director and U.S. brand leader, Insulins, Eli Lilly and Company. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate being on the show and this important topic.
Yeah. Well, the percentage of workers covered by healthcare plans that require an annual deductible, it's jumped, I think, from 55% in 2006 to 81% in 2015. And these high deductible plans mean higher out-of-pocket costs for people until they reach the deductible, Andy. Is this why are people paying high prices for insulin these days?
It is, Mark, and it's why we've been so focused to try to help those people that are in that deductible phase, ensure that they do not have to pay full retail price for their Lilly insulin. We have a variety of solutions that can help people when they find themselves with a deductible reset. One of those solutions is our Lilly Diabetes Solution Center. It is staffed with very warm healthcare professionals that will answer their call and help them get to the right solution for their need.
Well, let's talk about that. It sounds like a marvelous thing that you're actually doing with the Lilly Diabetes Solution Center. When you say staffed, is it a big concern for few? Are there just one, or do you have them around different cities?
Actually, it's headquartered in North Carolina, and what it is it's an 800 number, so 833-808-1234, and Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anybody that is on a Lilly insulin can call into this and try to get a more affordable out-of-pocket experience. And in particular, these healthcare professionals understand some of the complexities of the healthcare environment today. And after a few very basic questions, such as what type of Lilly insulin are you on, how much are you taking, how much have you been asked to pay, they can get them to a variety of solutions, in particular for those, like the example you gave, someone in their high-deductible plan. They can get them and ensure they pay no more than $95 a month. And one of the things I get to do, Mark, it's one of the favorite things in my job, is I listen to these calls frequently. There's a recent one from a mother whose deductible had reset, and she has a daughter that's type 1 diabetic, so she needs insulin to survive, literally. And the cost she was facing for her Lilly insulin was over $500. And through this buy-down program, we're able to ensure that she pays no more than $95 a month. So you hear some frustration or even a little bit of fear when they're calling in and they can't afford this. And by the end, you often hear that they're very hopeful and they understand that there is a solution for them when they're in this deductible phase or anywhere in their healthcare spending journey.
My word, what a difference. So Lilly's insulin affordability options, they're really helping up to, I think I was reading 20,000 people each month, meaningfully lower than the amount that they pay for their Lilly insulin, the pharmacy, in fact. Lilly's first lower-priced insulin, I think it was Lispro injection, 100 units ml. That was launched in May 2019 at a 50% lower list price than the branded version, which was Humalog insulin Lispro injection. How can you afford to do that, Andy? Tell me.
It's just our long-term commitment to people that are struggling to afford their insulin. It's the right thing to do. We know that this situation is not tenable. We take it personal. We don't want anybody to be going without their insulin, to be rationing their insulin. There's certainly negative consequences to that. And this is really something that we were, I would say, appropriately impatient. We did not want to wait for sweeping changes from legislators at the state and federal level. There's some wonderful policies that we've been very vocal about and certainly support. But in the meantime, we know people needed help today. So we wanted to move and do what we could to ensure that people get that right out-of-pocket experience.
And who qualifies for the insulin affordability solutions that Lilly does offer?
Anybody that's taking a Lilly insulin today can qualify for any of these programs. And through that call center and the basic questions that I mentioned, they will make sure that they get the right solution. One of the ones that is particularly important, you mentioned Insulin Lispro. by law, there's certain things we cannot do with those that are on federal programs. So they cannot participate in our buy-down programs or coupon programs. So Lilly's Insulin Lice Pro is one way for us to ensure that they get a 50% savings right in their pocket and still operating within the rules and laws of healthcare today.
Yeah, well, you're doing a great thing. I mean, this site that I have here, too, does it explain a lot for people if they go to www.insulinaffordability.com? Does that tell a big story
They
there?
can get access. It does, but I would say the best route is to get them to that call center. And the reason I say that is, as you well know, it can be complex for folks. And while they may or may not understand certain solutions, these healthcare professionals can get them to the best right choice, both short term and long term. They're very focused on making sure that they don't have to be continuing to call in to our Lilly Diabetes Solution Center. They want to get it right the first time, get them off the phone, which typically happens in 10 minutes or less, and get them with some sustainable solutions. So yes, to answer your question, insulinaffordability.com, but we try to get the most people to this call center.
Yep, and the call center itself, now this is a free call number, 833-808-1234, correct?
That's correct. There's no fees, and there never should be. If anybody's ever charged a fee, they've got to the wrong place. We just want to make sure that they get what they need, and it is at no cost.
Right. And that's great. I mean, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., staffed with very experienced and professional people. And all you got to do is pick up the old eau de cologne and call, and the help is there for you. Now, what about what should people expect when they actually call the Lilly Diabetes Solution Center? What should they have prepared, perhaps by their side, by the phone? What should they expect when they've first made contact?
They should expect a very warm welcome and a hearty hello, and and wanting to serve them and make sure they get the right solution. In particular, it'd be very helpful if they have their current medication, either the box or the vial or pen that they're taking of their Lilly insulin, and then certainly how much they are taking of that particular insulin. So if they have those two things and are just prepared to share that with the healthcare professional that staffs this, they make sure that they get them to the right solution. They do ask sometimes some very basic income questions. The reason that is so important, Mark, is there are people that qualify for free insulin. So, for example, if you call into this call center and you are at 400% or below the federal poverty level, which for a family of four is $105,000 a year of income, or for a single individual, that's $51,000 a year. If you're at or below that level, you can qualify for one of our solutions through Lilly Cares, which is a not-for-profit organization, and that 88% of the people that get to Lilly Cares, they get free insulin for the year.
Wow.
So that is critical that they have just some basic questions they can answer, that they're not asking them for a W-2 when they call into this call center. They do have a little bit more from a question standpoint that they need to be asked when they get to Lilly Cares, but in general, it's a very simple process, and we just want to make sure people get the right solution as quickly as possible.
Well, I just wanted to touch on something else here. Not that I'm that au fait, actually, with these terminologies, mind you, but I've been very fortunate. I don't have to use insulin. But I think in December 2019, people filled more than 79,000 prescriptions for insulin Lispro injection, which now makes up approximately 11% of the Humalog family prescriptions. What does that mean?
That means that we had roughly 79,000 people that had a lot of savings. So in this particular case, for each of those prescriptions, there is a 50% savings for the individual that filled that prescription. Wow. In fact, we know from some more recent numbers in January, that number was just shy of 100,000 prescriptions. So again, we continue to see more and more people leveraging that solution. We're delighted with that. And we want that number to continue to rise because each of those prescriptions represents a 50% savings, which is a lot of money.
My word, it is. And then just explain this to me. In April 2020, expanding its suite of affordability options, Lilly did, including lower price versions of the Humalog Mix 7525. What is the Quick Pen? What is that now? Explain that to us.
The QuickPen is what we would call our delivery device. So it looks very much like a standard pen. It's an injectable device so that someone with diabetes can inject themselves very discreetly and be able to get the proper dose of their insulin that they need. So the QuickPen is just the name of one of our insulin delivery devices.
Okay, all right. Well, Lilly's a big name in it now. You're the Senior Director and U.S. Brand Leader for the Insulins portfolio. You lead the brand teams, don't you, in developing and executing cross-portfolio marketing strategies across the various insulins at Lilly. But before that, you had several leadership positions in sales and marketing, and outside of work, you serve on the board of directors for the American Diabetes Association. So you'd be pretty clued in. You know what's going on. Are they finding out anything at all that's of good news at all, Andy, in reference to maybe stopping diabetes early in its tracks?
Yeah, Mark, that's an important question. And we've been committed. We've been a company in existence for 144 years and been in the diabetes business for 100 years. We're approaching 100 years. We're proud to say we put back into research and development about 20% of our overall revenue as a company. One of the areas we are very focused on with a company called Sigillian, it's on beta cell regeneration. So what that means for your listeners that are less scientific, it makes it so that people that need insulin, so let's take a type 1 diabetic in this case, it can help their body regrow the cells that actually naturally produces insulin in their body.
Wow.
That would be breakthrough. That would be amazing. That would be something that would be more disease modifying versus treating some of the symptoms of it. So we will continue to invest very deeply in things like that, and we would love to see the day when something like diabetes doesn't exist.
Do you think that's possible in our lifetime, Andy?
I do. I actually do, and I'm not being overly optimistic. If you just look at what's changed in the 100 years that we've been in diabetes, the life expectancy of a type 1 diabetic is more than doubled, and that's pretty incredible. And that's with some wonderful insulin breakthroughs. But there's more to be done. We're not done. There's others that are very active in this space as well. And I do believe, as a middle-aged man, that before I die, I would love to see that day when this disease is gone. Because like most people, I've had family members that are and have been affected by it, and so it's personal for me.
Yes, I had my grandmother, and I saw her go through hell. In fact, ended up having her leg taken away, amputated due to diabetes, so that was not good. But information, there's a website, listeners, insulinaffordability, all one word, insulinaffordability.com. But by all means, ring the number, have a chat. This is a terrific service for you. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call 833-808-1234. Okay, and that's the Lilly Diabetes Solution Center. And very friendly people. They'll have a chat with you and really make your day. Andy, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. You got your bachelor's degree in Biomedical Sciences from St. Cloud State University. Where is that?
It's in Minnesota. It's about smack dab in the middle of the state. I don't miss it this time of year because the winters are brutal, but it's nice to be there in the summer.
Fantastic. Andy Vicari, ladies and gentlemen, Senior Director and U.S. Brand Leader for Insulin's portfolio at Eli Lilly and Company. Thanks for sharing some time, very important time with us, Andy. Do appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you helping us get the word out.
Have a great week. Goodbye now.
You too.